You know what's mayhem is this Batman movie that's happening. We're going to do movie, TV news, and then we're going to get into video game news.
Stuff today as well.
We got Batman casting. We got Feige taking control of Marvel, talking about PS5. We're talking about Miss Marvel and some other Avengers tidbits going on. So a little rundown there.
Mm-hmm.
Batman. So first I want to talk about the good news and then maybe the more controversial news. Good news is we have our Catwoman. I'm very excited about this. I'm a fan of Zoe Kravitz. It's funny. I don't know how it came, but the Fantastic Beasts 2 was just like I was thinking about it the other day, and then she got cast. I remember that's like the only thing that I really was positive in that movie, that I thought she did a good job in it. She's good in Mad Max, Big Little Lies. So I'm very happy with this choice. If you don't know anything about me, not Fantastic Beasts. That's not one of my favorites. Catwoman is easily my favorite female fictional character, but overall, she's in my top 10 of just characters overall. I said overall too many times. So. Overalls. So Jimbo, what?
Oh my God!
He's doing it again.
It is not.
Oh no!
I don't know what's going on.
He's on Terra today.
I was Russian.
Some faulty wiring today.
Anyway, so there was lots of rumored people, and I'll throw those on in a second. But with her, I was very happy because there's a lot of people I didn't like pick. But it's funny, the director.
What is her biggest role? Would you say? What is her must-see movie? Because you mentioned
I don't think
Fantastic
she has one
Beasts,
of those.
Kind of forgot about her, and it not her fault, just the movie's fault. Was she in Fury Road, Mad
yeah,
Max,
she was. Yeah.
I also don't remember her from that. So, not to say that she isn't good. I think she just has smaller roles in those movies.
The other one I would say is Dope. It has a lot of good people in it.
Dope,
just about some younger kids, African American kids, black kids, kind of dealing with their culture and stuff like that. Who came like the kid who voices Miles Morales came from that.
So Dope. Any other must-see movies?
Not movies. Everyone kind of, and I've not seen the whole thing, but everyone shouts up Big Little Lies as a TV show. It's her with Nicole Kidman and with Reese Witherspoon, I think. So I've seen bits and pieces, but I hear good things. So yeah, apparently she was rumored in August because when they were looking for Catwoman, they were saying they're looking for a Zoe Kravitz type, and then what happened was she was supposed to do Fantastic Beasts 3. Finally, something good came of Fantastic Beasts 2 being so terrible because they had to delay that. So her schedule's open. And then so she gets this. And I just think she's the perfect role because you can say whatever you want. But Catwoman, you got to be sexy. You got to have that appeal. But you also got to have just this nature about you that's very hidden, very mysterious, but also very, I don't know what the word I'd be looking for here is if you're not scared of something, but if you are... Oh man, I don't. No, like the reverse of if you're trying to hide that you're really scared of something, but not like tragic. But I had the word earlier, and I'm like, I'm gonna use it on the cast. Like I said, I'm on a roll today. But
that happens.
I think she encompasses what Catwoman could be. I think obviously there's Ana de Armas that was rumored. There's actually Elisa Vikander was one of them.
I wanted Ana de Armas because she's the love of my life. I
did too. I thought that was the perfect pick, but at the end of the day, they said they all screen tested with Pattinson, and I imagine they had the best chemistry.
I'm sure it's the right choice.
Yeah. And Zazie Beetz was the other one we've talked about before. She was one of the top tier choices, but Alana got in the way. Man, I had the word and it went away. I'm going to throw it over to one of you two, and then when it comes in,
well, unfortunately, I don't have much to say on this. I just kind of have to take your word on it that she's good for this role because one, I don't really know anything about Catwoman. Two, I've seen 2 of her movies, I guess, but I don't even remember her in them. So it's really hard for me to say. But I generally trust your opinion on these casting things, especially for a character that's really close to your heart and your history. So I'm down for it. I mean, I would have preferred Ana de Armas, maybe, but maybe I wouldn't. Who knows? Yeah, I agree with you because there's also been rumors before. There was a few weeks ago, people were saying, "Oh, we really want her," and then I think a scooper, I can't remember the tier, but I think B or higher did say that she was busy. So there's a chance it might have even been a thing where she might have been busy with another movie, and that's why they didn't go that route. Knives Out too,
Knives Out too. A fun fact for Zoe Kravitz: she voiced Catwoman in Lego Batman, so that's a kind of fun full circle.
Okay, that is cool.
Yeah.
So recurring time for the character. That's kind of fun. Yeah.
Taylor, go.
What?
I can't think of the word. It's just on the tip of my brain.
Give me a definition of this word again.
Oh no, it'd be if someone was trying to hide that there was lots of pain in them, that they were maybe a little scared. She's not scared, but a little broken, something like that.
Well, not sheltered,
No, you're not gonna get this.
You're trying to say she has a tragic past and
kind of, yeah. But I feel like there's one word that can encompass that, But I just on the tip of my tongue, it's gone, it's left. What do you think about Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah, when I saw you drop this in the chat, I was like, I'm sorry, who's this? I don't know who she is. And then I saw pictures like, oh, it's the girl from Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, she was good in Fantastic Beasts.
X-Men First Class as well. She played
She's
Angel.
in First Class?
Yep. She played Angel. Yep.
I
Take
don't.
your word for it.
Yeah, she jumps over. She starts on the good side and then jumps over to the bad side.
Oh, does she?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember her in Mad Max, of course. I only saw that movie once, like years ago.
Wow. Masterpiece.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what she does. I mean, I don't know. Lots of good contenders up there to, fight for the role of Catwoman, and she got in, so
I'm picturing like all of them in a room.
It was a cat fight.
They all get a whip. All right, fight to the death.
I think they did the right thing. If you have that right kind of chemistry with the other actors, that's what you need. You need to go for that. And if she had good chemistry with Rob there, then that's prime. And I think that'll go a long way.
You're on a first name short.
I love my first
basis,
name.
huh?
Yeah, short name, first name basis. I love my
Louise.
first name basis with celebrities. But Zoe, I think she'll definitely.
Her name is Zoe, not Zoe. She's never gonna. If we ever start interviewing celebrities, you're gonna say that and she'd walk right out.
I don't know. Maybe she likes that name. I think it's nice.
No, I'm very excited for her in this because I don't know. I'm obviously like the roles that she's had in the past are obviously big roles. I feel bad that I don't remember them, but I feel like this will definitely be a very big, memorable role. Like, oh yeah, Catwoman, because there's only so many Catwomen that when you say Catwoman, I'm immediately thinking.
Well, there's only one and only White Gold, Michelle Pfeiffer.
I think of like the two Catwomen, that I've ever seen in my life, and I guess the third one who was brief. She was briefly in Lego Batman.
Who's the other one? You thinking Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Yeah. Because there's the 60s one. Though there's like three 60s ones. Yeah.
Right. For me, I don't personally count them because I never I never had
She
that
was in her own
experience in my
movie.
life. I never got to like connect with them on the screen. So, but they count.
Wait, do you
they
mean you haven't
definitely
seen
count.
those movies?
I haven't seen the original old
That was
school
a funny
ones.
way of saying I haven't seen those movies.
How did I say
I don't
it?
connect with them. Like they didn't connect with me. Well, no, you just haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
I got it. I don't think I fully got it, but I got a word close. I think she has aspects of her emotions that are very fragile. Like in a way, like I see it didn't work, but
no, not it.
in a way where
It's not the one.
She's shaken.
Not stirred.
No. But yeah, that's the thing with I'm excited because I liked Anne Hathaway in Dark Knight Rises, but I think I don't know. I don't know if she had the right edge for Catwoman, and I also think that movie underserves her. I'm a big defender of that movie, but I think that is one of the lower tier plot points. And Dylan's not. That's one of the lower tier plot points of that one. Is I think that she could have been a great Catwoman, but there wasn't anything left for her. Michelle Pfeiffer, that is going to be tough. That is the role. They gave her so many levels, but I don't know. Because we're going to talk about the other castings in a second. I'm still wondering how much she's going to be in this. There's Catwoman right there. It's just my dog. I don't know how much she's going to be in this. That's the thing that I question with all of these because we still have these two villains. We still have rumored other villains and other characters.
Yeah,
got Gordon.
it's a massive movie.
So I don't even know, like, the trade so far have said Catwoman, but it still wouldn't surprise me if she's mostly just Selena Kyle in this movie and she's maybe ends off as Catwoman, or we don't even see Selena or Catwoman, or we don't see Catwoman. Mm-hmm. So I'm still wondering about that because it's a lot of people, and I don't know if it's just a setup. And she's
that's
an
why
character.
Any casting for this movie is just this weird place where it seems like such a conglomeration of characters. It's hard to say who are going to be like the big names, and who's just going to be like a small like couple scenes, 5 minutes screen time sort of thing.
The only one we've kind of got some hints is that Riddler sounds like he's the main baddie, and other than that, we don't know the levels of people. So same thing. She could be a love interest. She could be a criminal. She could just be Catwoman, and he's trying to get her, and maybe he meets Selena Kyle at the end of the movie. Like, there's lots of fun possibilities they could do. And that's the thing I've said before. Batman's been around for decades. They still haven't even touched the potential of stories, and even like Taylor said, there's only been 2 live action Catwomans, so
the when Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, what was the guy's name that turned her into Catwoman?
I swear I thought you were going to ask me what Michael Keaton's name was.
No.
Max Schreck.
Max Schreck.
Phenomenal, that movie.
So are we?
Is
he from the comics? Like,
no,
would they bring him into this movie?
That's a Tim Burton thing.
Oh shit! Because I would have loved. I always feel like, okay, if there's like Selena Kyle, does that include a Max Schreck character?
No. I think this year, because we've talked about doing commentary tracks, we've talked about doing Home Alone, but in probably the year of Batman, we should do Batman Returns because I want Christopher Walken's in Batman Returns, and man, is
fucking great.
He chewing up the scenery. He is just having a great time. His hair is he has an afro, but it's pure white. Like it's crazy. Like it's exactly
wild.
Yeah, exactly what you expect from Tim Burton to be doing. So yeah, that's fantastic. Still didn't think of the word, so classic Travis. But I just think she is. I looked at it, and for me, it was exactly kind of like Batman. And you
could say she's got that hashtag damaged aesthetic to her.
Yeah, maybe she'll have that tattooed like the tramp stamp, but it's damaged. So, but yeah, I needed this to be a good casting, and I heard there was and this is why even on the cast down we've invented the tier list, because there was a list going around weeks ago that was like Tessa Thompson and Lupita Nyong'o, and I was like, are you guys fucking high? Like the people that are like main leads in these Marvel movies, they're not gonna be jumping over. So that's why. Always check the source. Always see what they've gotten right, because so many people are running with this, and I was like, "This is not like you got." That's why it's B tier, C tier. You know that was like a D tier, and then that person said that they're gonna take a break from scooping because their sources aren't that good anymore. So respect to that person. I won't name them because it's a little shitty, but respect, because if you get two right. Or two wrong like that, because they had a Batman shortlist that didn't even have Robert Pattinson on it. And it was like, oh yeah,
falling into the we got this covered kind of area.
Yeah, but he's gotten stuff right before, and I don't think he's doing it just for clicks. You know, it just happens.
He's trying his hardest in these trying times.
Yeah, so perfect for Catwoman. I like Dylan. I would have preferred the Ana de Armas, but hopefully she killed the audition. I trust Matt Reeves, and I just can't wait to see what she does. It's just like I said, she has a mysterious vibe to her. She's looking sexy. I just can see her and Robert Pattinson just having like good old raunchy bad cat sex going on. So that's why.
Cat sex.
Yeah. We're Ana de Armas and him. I don't know. There's something about it where I don't know if it matched, but this it matches. So
cool.
You know what's not matching apparently is Jonah Hill in this Batman movie. So we got a news break today that Jonah Hill is no longer in talks for the Batman. Now you never know, because look at Spider-Man. Stuff happens, stuff goes away, and stuff comes back. So he's apparently no longer Penguin or Riddler, and then they're kind of going back to the board, because at first it broke that one of the other people they're looking at for Penguin was Seth Rogen, but then they've said that's kind of maybe gone now, that it's kind of maybe in the wind right now. Yeah. So no, that it's kind of like his option is kind of gone too. Like it was they were talking about it, but it seems like it's kind of drifted away. So maybe they were a duo thing. So Taylor, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about Jonah Hill? Yeah, let's just say he's done and he's not doing the Batman. What do you think about that? And then what do you think about this Rogan thing? And obviously we've done the Batman fan cast, so you can check that out. So you can kind of hear who our Riddler and Penguin choices have been. But if you want to say anything else.
Well, you know, I think on that note, I think this just opens the door for my fan cast of who should be Penguin. I think, you know, Sam needs to get casted in here. I can't remember his full name.
So the guy you're just talking about, some guy from Game of Thrones who's you don't even remember.
Perfect.
He might be perfect, but don't you think if they're looking at actors a la Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, they're clearly looking for an established name?
I guess so, yeah. But, you know, all these established names are, you know, just farts in the wind now to them. So.
That's two out of how many people are in the world that are established actors.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, if Seth Rogen or Jonah Hill isn't going to take it, then, like, are these other people going to want to take it?
Well, it's not necessarily that they didn't take it. It's like they probably had some conversations with the director and the team, and just the vision of it wasn't going to line up.
Or money.
Or money, yeah. You know, you never know. Someone might walk in there and be like, I want to get paid as much as Iron Man does. And Matt Reeves might be like, you know what?
Well, the rumor was Jonah Hill was asking for more money than Robert Pattinson, so that could have been a thing. We know what happened to Terrence Howard when he asked for more money than Robert Downey, and he got the boot.
Yeah, it can work out not so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a shame. I think I would have loved to see Jonah Hill in there as the Penguin. I think it would have been very cool. And I honestly, personally love the idea of Seth in there. I think a comedic Penguin is hilarious. I think Danny DeVito's Penguin is great because he is comedic. I mean, Seth Rogen, I don't know if he would have done comedy, but in his own way. I mean, you can't deny the comedic aspect of the Penguin sitting in a little Batmobile arcade thing, like taking control of Batman's car, and he's on like the screen.
I don't want that from this Batman.
Oh, that'd be so good.
That can stay in the 90s.
He needs to say that quote too, like they're gonna play me like a harp from hell or whatever he says. They can pull so much good stuff from Burton's movie. I'm just saying. But
they're not going to do any of that, folks.
I don't know then. I don't know who they're going to cast now as Penguin, but it just it just kind of makes me wonder, because you posted that list that was posted earlier this year of all these potential castings for the characters in the Batman movie.
I'll
And
pull it up. Yeah,
I had Jonah Hill, and then I had David Tennant as Riddler.
David
which is,
Tennant,
really, really sought
my
after.
dude.
And I would want that too. I think that's great. But it just makes me wonder. Okay, what's going on here? So if that is like a, what do you guys say? S tier scoop? Is that like the highest?
Oh,
I don't know.
That would be that would be the highest tier. Yeah.
Which scoop are you referring to? That photo or this news?
It was like you sent a photo of all the actors and the character names.
Because that was no. Don't tell people that. That's not an S tier scoop. That was on Reddit. And someone's like, I'm in production and I know what they're looking at. And here's the list.
That sounds like an F tier scooper. Right
well,
there.
yes,
Jesus Christ, trusting Reddit for anything?
No.
Oh my God, are you crazy? Now you tell me this?
I said that.
How many of your scoopers are from Reddit, Travis? I don't trust any of them. I don't trust a single one of them. Delete all of them. They're all F- tier. Get rid of them. Jeez,
none
Louise.
of my scoopers are that. It's this list was
well.
No,
you kind of just disproved your own point, did you not?
This is not my scoop because no. If you recall the message, I said this was from months ago, and we all wrote off. And I was saying we as like the internet wrote off because what happened was I'll just give you the big ones. It was Robert Pattinson as Batman, that became true. Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon, that became true. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, that became true. And then Hill as Penguin, and that was in the midst of becoming true.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito as Lucius Fox, and he's been rumored. Giancarlo Esposito. He's been rumored for casting, so that would make sense. And also Vincent D'Onofrio as Harvey Bullock because he's been tweeting at the director recently. So people are like, this could be 6 confirmed ones. So
this is, I mean, one is a fluke. 2 is like, okay, you're pretty lucky, but you get 3 or more. That's fucking hot.
Okay,
wheels.
but remember, this comes from our fucking Reddit post. And here's the thing, Reddit posts, just like all those hundreds of millions of people who are out there on fucking Reddit dropping their Smash rosters. Oh, my dad works for Nintendo. These are the characters coming to the new Smash game. Yes, if you have 1,000 million people all dropping their debt, my dad works at Nintendo, of course one of them is going to line up and say, holy shit, they got like 6 or 7 right. It doesn't mean anything. It's from Reddit. I delete this news. That is no longer news to me.
I agree with you, but don't you think it is a little peculiar that they got...
Yes!
But that's.
I don't know what you said. Go ahead.
A little peculiar that Jonah Hill's gone, but at one point they had 4 confirmed out of that list, 4, and this was months ago. So that's why I agree with you. I don't believe it. I think it just could be potential good guessing. But Taylor is also right where if there's 4 that are confirmed, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing also where.
Let me ask you this: how many on troll accounts? How many Batman castings have you posted on the internet?
Troll accounts 0. No. I think there's another thing to counter you too. That the reason some people like the Zoe Kravitz thing, why she got cast, these could just be the list of types of who they were looking for. So when Zoe Kravitz originally couldn't do it, the director said, "I want an actress that's a Zoe Kravitz type." And that's why they let's look at actresses that are kind of like Zoe Kravitz. So the same way, if we can't get Robert Pattinson, let's get someone kind of like Robert Pattinson.
So that's a list that
could be. That's why I'm wondering if that's on point. The director got their first choices, but a lot of these maybe, like same thing, Adam Driver's Scarecrow. I don't believe that for one fucking second.
But if that's the case, then it's still like a true, very accurate list.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But like Dylan said, it is from Reddit and it's for I just thought I would bring it up.
It's good to know for sure.
Dylan, you got any thoughts on Hill not being around, and then maybe this? It looks like Rogen's probably done. Not going to happen, but if it were to happen.
Yeah, I think, not terribly surprisingly, I don't have much emotional attachment to these characters, so whether or not a big star that I'm a fan of plays these characters or not, like it's not a do or die thing. Like there's a ton of other people who could play Riddler. Like I have very little experience with Riddler. I've seen Batman 66, which is definitely not the style of Riddler that, well, I imagine that Matt Reeves is going for.
Maybe he is.
Maybe he is. Who knows? If so, bring that guy back.
He's dead.
Yeah, I thought so. I shouldn't have said that. As for the... Yeah, so, I mean, if Riddler is the main villain, then obviously that is a big casting. That needs to be a big character, especially because I've always kind of seen Riddler as more of a side or smaller guy, not just from Batman 66, but just in general, just like how much depth can you really have with that character? I'm sure there's a lot more. He's probably been in many, many runs of from different writers and stuff, but... Yeah, obviously you got to get that one right. And if Jonah Hill wasn't going to fit with their vision, then I think it's a good choice to move on to other people for sure. As for Seth Rogen playing any character in the movie, yeah, we kind of had this debate in our group chat because Travis thinks he's just a comedic actor. He doesn't have the chops to do serious stuff. But the way I see it is there's so, like, so far from what we know of this movie is there's a lot of moving parts to it. It seems like there's going to be a lot of characters in here. And we already know that Riddler's probably your main guy. So any other villains in it are probably just gonna have smaller roles, little like a few scenes here or there. And I think Seth Rogen's definitely capable of that. Yes, he's mostly in comedic movies, but he does, even within those movies, has a lot of serious scenes, and he always nails it. He's a really good actor. So I think he's definitely capable of doing a more serious role, or if they want something like a little bit more comedic in this movie to change it up because the rest of it is going to be very serious and they want like a, quote unquote comic relief character, then boom, maybe he's the perfect role there as well.
Check out my SoundCloud link, just like Claw, Black Panther.
What?
Okay. He in the movie he says check out my SoundCloud link.
In what movie?
Black Panther, Claw, like kind of that.
Oh, okay.
Thinking, yeah.
Like that kind of comedy is what you're saying?
Yeah. Because he's a villain that is comedic relief. I'm not saying exactly
Penguin
like that,
is?
but no, Claw was. So I'm saying he could be like that.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
We're firing all cylinders today, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't know where you're going with that, but yeah, I guess that's kind of where I stand on it. But just the same as Jonah Hill, like I really like Seth Rogen. I'm a big fan of his, and I think he can do the serious stuff. But if he's not in it, then I think that's fine. There's a ton of other people that could play that role. So
I'll say my point about Rogen, then I'll pose a question to you guys. My thing with Rogen is I don't think he's a bad actor, and he can do serious moments. I just don't think I've seen him in anything where I haven't been that Seth Rogen, and I just think if the Penguin has that Rogen laugh, that would just take me right out of it. It's just so memed about nowadays, and I thought Steve Jobs was going to be his big breakout thing, and I like him in that movie, but he didn't really disappear. I still always saw Seth Rogen, where Jonah Hill, and with Hill being gone, I'm fine. I really want him for Penguin, and I would have really liked him for Riddler, but I wasn't like sewed to the idea. I didn't need it to happen. He's not like one of my boys. So I'm like, okay, there's many other great actors that can play those roles. Seth Rogen, but the thing with Jonah Hill was versus Seth Rogen. Jonah Hill I've seen in multiple things, Moneyball, Wolf of Wall Street, War Dogs, Maniac, where I've seen him disappear and like, oh, this isn't Jonah Hill. I haven't seen that from Rogen yet. So I just, that'd be my concern of seeing him as Penguin, that I would just see Seth Rogen. I think maybe there's, some prosthetics that you do him that, some different looks. But I don't like that look, so I'm kind of hoping the rumors of it maybe not happening anymore is gone. My thing that I would oppose to you is I just think it would have been super risky if you would have had Hill as the Riddler and Rogen as the Penguin in the same movie. I just think on a poster and just in trailers right away, I just think that is, you just get super bad vibes. You get Pineapple Express, you get This Is the End, and I think it could be both them doing their own different thing and breaking out being serious.
If you had a trailer like that, people would think, oh, Judd Apatow's directing this movie?
Yeah, like it just reminds me when they're locked in the house, Is This the End? They make the Pineapple Express 2 sequel, and it's just like, oh, look, we're making a Batman. Like if they made This Is the End 2, they would be joking like, we were in a Batman movie together. Can you believe that? I just think it would be one or the other for me. Even if Rogen was cast, then I would not want them bringing Hill as the Riddler. I just think it could be very distracting as just the build up to it, So that was my hang up of those two being together. So
yeah, I definitely agree with that, and I think you make good points on why you wouldn't want Seth Rogen if that's the kind of actor you see him as.
Yeah.
And that's totally fair. And like that's kind of how I feel about Ben Affleck. I think that's one reason why I could never really get super into that Batman is because I always see just Ben Affleck on the screen. So that's definitely a fair criticism. But I think it's just so curious, like what the root is with this movie, with how many villains we've heard like rumors of and all the names we've heard brought up. There's definitely a lot in the works. So
well, one thing I can tell you, even though I was close to being right in Jonah Hill and the Penguin, the rumor was more that it sounds like he was going to be the Riddler. I feel like so far, like Jeff Wright, Robert Pattinson, maybe a little controversial, but whatever, people are over, and Zoe Kravitz so far have been met with relatively praise or kind of like, oh, I get that. The villains so far, and that's why I think all the people we picked aren't going to be anywhere, because like I would never have picked Hill or Rogen to be on the list of Batman villains. So I think Matt Reeves is trying to go outside the box and think someone.
And I think even if you take because the first of the trilogy, take it as just like a heavily focus on Batman, like that character, your Alfreds, I don't know if they want Robin, whatever it is, like Gordon, just focus on your protagonists first in this one, and maybe the villains are just a smaller role just to have a little bit of action in the movie or something. Yeah. And maybe that's a good way to do it. In which case, I'm really excited for Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz, just because I don't have much experience with them. I mean, I'm going to go see Lighthouse next week, but yeah, I've only ever seen like a bit of Twilight, and that's my only experience of Robert Pattinson, which is definitely not like Batman, not like the style this character is going to be. So I'm always down to see some actors like some new actors in these big roles just to see what they can do.
That's my question to you, and Taylor, you can ask this because I brought this up with Gordon. Now Zoe Kravitz. Pattinson, I think, is the biggest, and then you got Jeffrey Wright. I still feel that they are getting a lot of not massive names, like even Rogen and Hill, I think, are big, but they're not
names that or like you've seen this actor before, but no one that like I shouldn't say no one, but people that you haven't like seen them starring in a role, I guess.
Look at Nolan, the first one, Batman Begins, like Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Liam Neeson. These are all like Oscar winners. People knew they had their big films. I don't like even Zoe Kravitz. I don't think people really they know her as Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Yeah,
right?
like I've seen her in a couple things, but I still didn't even know her name until that news came up a couple days ago. So
I'm wondering what the budget is on this, and I'm hoping if it deems a smaller budget, they can, because Joker has already made, I think it's coming up to about 12 times its budget back. So they've shown that you don't need to go make $200 million to be successful. Taylor, what do you think about like the star power of this movie? Do you think like these names are big and attracting, or do you think like it's, I don't know, where do you lie on that?
Well, just off the hop with just Robert Pattinson, I mean, he was the only name that I was familiar with. I didn't recognize.
Out of all these so far?
Other than the ones who are gone. Yeah, he was the only one I was familiar with.
Yeah.
But it's coming together, and it's definitely like it's very different from like Christopher Nolan, what he did. Because I mean, obviously in that case, I knew who Christian Bale was. I knew Morgan Freeman.
You knew who Christian Bale was, really? I'm surprised.
I knew of his name.
That high pitched doesn't what did you know him from? I'm just
curious. I can't remember. I have to talk to like Taylor like 10 years ago.
Well, even Michael Caine's his name, right? Like as Alfred, another big role.
Yeah, another guy that I knew, and then definitely Liam Neeson and such. And
Katie Holmes was like a big like teen throb, right?
Definitely didn't know her.
No, did you know Katie Holmes?
Who is she now? You're saying did I in the past? Like, do I know her now?
No, she's.
Well, I guess that, now that you mentioned, like some of those names from Nolan's trilogy, like a lot of those people we've seen in other Nolan movies, so there's like already that familiarity there. If you've
Gary Oldman,
if you've just seen like his work already with Scarecrow and Alfred and whatnot, those roles.
Here's a fun curveball. You guys don't have to answer if you don't have a question. Pick another crew member from the Apatow movies to put as the Riddler.
The first one that came to mind, oh my god, I can't remember his name. The kind of squirrely guy, the skinny guy.
Jay Baruchel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, interesting.
I don't know why. That was just the first name that came to mind.
That'd be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Don't take mine. I'm gonna let you go, but don't take mine.
Were you gonna say Tom Franco?
No. Oh, you're gonna say James Franco?
I'm down for
James Franco was my thought.
one day fan casted James Franco as the Riddler a long time ago when I felt like he was actually acting, but nowadays
as Tommy Wiseau. James Franco as Tommy Wiseau as the Riddler.
Come on. Is that your pick to James Franco?
Yeah, my Tom Franco pick was just a joke, but I would do probably James Franco because Jay Baruchel is actually a really good pick, I think.
Martin Starr, he's funny.
I thought you were gonna go Michael Cera, to be honest.
I thought that's what you were gonna pick, but I couldn't see Michael Cera being Riddler. I just picture him from This Is the End.
He wasn't my fan cast, and I want him for a different role in the MCU. But Bill Hader's my go-to in this, just because he's slender. I could see him popping off those riddles. I could see him with the cane, and Bill Hader's just on fire right now. So that's one, at least again, I could see some dramatic side. So. Gonna be interesting. Now we got more Batman cast news in the future because we've lost 2 actors, so that's always fun. So
I mean the way you say that makes it sound like they passed away. They're just not in the project.
Which honestly, there could be a chance in 2 weeks, like again, Jonah Hill's actually signed, and it was just like a ploy thing, So